Good afternoon, guys. Welcome to phonics class. Prefixes: on, these, non, ear, eel. Remember that a prefix changes the meaning of a word. Remember that. Pletion or unpletion sounds. What do you think? Look at the picture. Pletion or unpletion sound?
No, let me. It's unpleasant.
And the rest of the kids, what do you think? Pletion or unpletion?
I think that is pleasant.
Unpleasant or pleasant?
Yes, it's pleasant, the first one.
The first one.
Yes.
The second one.
The second one. Look at the picture of this Earth, the planet Earth here. It's like disturbing, the sounds are disturbing the Earth. The sounds are noisy, are annoying.
That's why
Okay.
the earth is like this.
And on, if the sounds were pleasant, probably were like music, like soft sounds.
Is the thing that I miss. The thing that I hate the most is the sound of the sirens that say mandarina, mandarina.
Mandarina, mandarina.
That there are people with megaphones that they're that they mention
People selling things. People selling things.
because I hear them near my house and it's a little bit boring. A little
Okay.
unpleasant. Oh, miss,
Yeah,
and I
sometimes
hate
it's
the
unpleasant.
cars.
So in this case, these sounds are unpleasant. Unpleasant is the second word. The prefix on, you remember that usually means not. So sounds are not pleasant. No son agradables. No agradables. Okay, it's in this case. What about this one? Share something you like and dislike. Like something you dislike. So kids, for example, as I said before, you are like transparent people because you cannot hide your feelings. You cannot hide your feelings. You show when something likes you and you show when something dislikes you. You cannot hide it. You're very transparent. Okay, the prefix this also usually means not. Dislike means don't like. Answer the question. Fiction book, non-fiction book. What are the difference between these two books? What are the differences between these two books? Fiction book and non-fiction book. Froggy Gets Pressed, Frog Life Cycle. What's the difference between these two books?
The first one, the first book is not fiction and the other one is fiction.
But you are using exactly the same words that appear here.
No, the first book is non-fiction and the second is a fiction.
The first book says fiction. Fiction means not real. Okay, not real. Froggy gets dressed. Frogs do not use clothes. Okay, don't use clothes. So that's not real. A non-real story. Now, non-fiction is something real, based on real events, based on facts. Yeah, we know about the life cycles of frogs. So that's the difference. This one is something invented. This is one, the fictions is something invented, something made up.
And the non-fiction is something real.
And the non-fiction is something real. That's the difference between these two titles.
The life cycle of a frog.
Is, for example, the non-fiction is that it's real, and fiction it's, for example, a magical unicorn that can fly in the sky.
Yes, Ryan. Ay, ¿verdad? Usted no estaba ahí en su puesto. And I can see you. So no sé por qué a veces se me desaparece. Supongo que cuando usted se desaparece es porque está agachado, así. That's the only explanation. So the prefix non usually means not. Resistible or irresistible food. Mhm.
The resistible is the vegetables and the irresistible is the
Oh, but this is healthy food.
the other one is not healthy.
Stable.
Yeah, the other one is not healthy. And actually, this is junk food. You know what junk means? Junk is equal to garbage. Es igual a basura. Because this one didn't give us nutrients.
But the hamburger has vegetables.
Yeah, but it has a lot of fat. Some people says that meat from those hamburgers is not really meat. Well, etc. And has a lot of fat, a lot of oil. You know, the ice cream, for example, has a lot of fat too. And sugar. This food has a lot of sugar. So the prefix "ir" usually means not also. Not resistible. Does you say the first group of food is irresistible. So it means you cannot resist that food. You really love to eat them. Wow. What is a prefix? The word prefix itself, it's formed with a prefix. Pre, before, which means before, like preschool, before school. Prefix like prepare is before you get ready. And plus the word fix. A prefix then is something that is fixed before a word. Angie will agree. Agree is when you say, okay, let's do it. Do you want to play? Okay, so you agree to play. Angie will agree with Alan, but disagree with Diane. So you agree with Alan, but disagree with Diane. You don't want to do what Diane says, or you don't believe what Diane says. Prefixes. Example: ill, illegal, im, and mature. For, forecast, miss, misbehave, subject. Page 143. See, Santiago? 143.
Yes.
Read each word. Read each word and circle the prefix on these and none. You can do this by yourself. Yes, Alan?
How do you say se me olvidó, pero...
I forgot.
No, o sea, me confundí del libro.
I confused.
Confused the book.
Yeah, but look for the correct book. That's what you have to do.
The book.
Look for the correct book.
O sea que me confundí del libro y por accidente me traje el de spelling.
So you are not going to be able to work. But you are sleeping in that house?
What?
You are sleeping in that house?
In house of my mom or grandma.
I don't know where you are. So my question is if you are there.
I am in the house of my grandma.
Since yesterday. Desde ayer.
Huh?
Desde ayer.
No.
Because yesterday you don't have math. Y usted estaba ahí en ese lugar. Today you don't have phonics.
Santiago.
You are in the same place again. Wow.
I finish Santiago.
Whatever you need to, send it. Phonics, thank you, Santiago. Alan, no book. Okay, so Alan is going to participate during the whole class. Alan, what is the number 2? What is the prefix we have to circle?
I finished, Miss.
On. The number 4.
None. No.
The next one.
No.
The next one.
An.
Next one.
I, is.
Is.
No.
This. Is.
Yes. No.
And what about the letter D? Is this. The next one.
An.
Next one.
An.
Next one.
None.
Next one.
An.
Next one.
None.
Okay. Now this column here. Number 7.
None.
Next.
None.
Next.
This.
Is.
This.
15.
This. This.
17.
None.
And the 19.
This.
This. Good. Second part of this page, Alan, because you have no book, you have to be focused on something. Here, read the sentence. Complete the sentence by adding a prefix to the base word in parentheses. Familiar is the first word we're going to use for the first sentence. These books are to me. So we need to use a prefix. What prefix? These, on, none. Which one? We are gonna use this one. This, none, on, these 3. This, none, on. Which one? So will be this familiar, non-familiar, unfamiliar. Which one, Alan?
This.
This familiar? No, it's unfamiliar.
No.
These books are unfamiliar to me. Next one, Alan. I'd like to. What they are about. Covered is the word we're going to use.
This.
This cover. Yeah. This cover. Next one. Yes, next one. I like reading.
Non-fiction.
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 Fiction.
Non-fiction books. I can read a book.
Unstop.
Non-stop.
Oh,
Non-stop if it's good. I don't dislike. Yes, because it's not non-like. Unlike. Dislike reading any kind of book. Reading is never. Remember the first images that I show you about the noise? Unpleasant. Pleasant. Unpleasant. Enrique, I cannot see you. Unpleasant. Jose Enrique, why did you stand up from your chair? Hi, you are not.
My dog take one shoes on my father.
Okay. Next page. Who is copying? Okay. Alan, help me out to find out who is not in class.
I
Daniel,
Ajá.
María Fernanda,
Okay. So I have 3 absentees. I missed one more.
Gabriel,
Gabriel. Good job. Okay.
Please to copy me.
Okay, who else is copying? Who else is copying? No one? Okay, next page. Read each word and circle its prefix. So we have to do exactly the same we did in the previous page. What is the first prefix, Alan?
Io, no, I,
Which one?
ear,
Ear. Okay, 2 letters. Next one, down. Let's work down.
ear,
Ear again, irrational. Next one, Alan.
ear,
Okay. Next one,
io,
eo. Now, eo, eo. Then, ear, irresponsible, irresistible, irreversible. Now we need to read the sentences below. Using the information in each sentence, we're gonna help us write the meaning of the word in bold-faced print. Bold-faced is the word that is blacker than the other ones, illogical. So what does illogical mean? The sentence is, an argument that is logical makes sense. What is an illogical argument?
Something something that not make sense.
It is an argument, exactly, that does not make sense. Logical, something that makes sense. Illogical, it's an argument that does not make sense. Something that is relevant has to do with the subject being discussed. Something that is relevant has to do with the subject being discussed. Something that is irrelevant, it is something something that is relevant has to do with the subject. And something that is irrelevant, something that is irrelevant, ideas. Something that is relevant has to do with the subject. And something that is irrelevant.
Irrelevant.
Yeah, but it's the same word. You are telling me the same word. But what does irrelevant means?
Not relevant.
The first sentence says something that is relevant has to do with the subject. And something that is irrelevant is something that has nothing to do. No tiene nada que ver. Okay, that's what it means, has to do. It has to do, tiene que ver con la tarea que no hizo ayer. El bajo puntaje tiene que ver con las tareas que no hizo. Has to do, okay? Homework you didn't send has to do with your final grade. Las tareas que no envió tienen que ver o estar relacionadas con su puntaje final. It is something that has to do, that has nothing to do with with the subject. With the subject being discussed. Now, if a person's writing is legible, so it means that it's clear and it is understandable to read. It is easy to read. What is illegible? Writing. What happened with that kinds of letter? What happened with that writing?
That you cannot understand.
It is writing that. So the sentence says it is easy to read. So if it is not easy to read,
It's difficult to read.
It's very difficult to read. Some of you lose points in Schoology because of that. It is difficult to read your work. So you got minus points. Now, number 13, a person who is literate is able to read and write. You are literate. Me, I am literate because I can read and write. But before, not all the children went to school. Well, the girls have to stay at home because they have to help mom to raise the kids, to clean the house, to wash dishes, to see. So women were not able to attend school. They didn't learn to write and read. Before, people think or consider it was not necessary for a woman to read and write. So women were illiterate. What does it mean? It is a person, illiterate, it is a person who is not able, no es capaz to read and write. It is incredible. But I think still we have elder people, personas bien mayores, bien ancianitos, that never learn to read and write because they never attend a school. A person who is responsible can be dependent upon and shows a strong sense of duty. What is an irresponsible person? Well, it is a person. It is a person who cannot be dependent upon. Irresponsible. Okay, you cannot depend on that person because you know he's gonna fail on you. Le va a fallar. Is irresponsible. Something that is removable is able to remove. Like our clothes is removable because we can remove our clothes and change for other clothes. But what is something that is irremovable? It is irremovable.
It's like something that can be removed.
It is something.
Yes.
Yeah.
The bathroom, please.
We are finishing this one. Hurry up. That cannot be removed. There it is. Remember that in this class, you have no homework for this week. Thank you for your attention.